Welcome to African Voices. I'm Larry Madowo in Lagos, Nigeria. This week we have a groundbreaking artist whose soulful voice and fearless artistry have redefined the global music industry. Nigerian singer Tems came from writing songs in her bedroom to topping charts and winning Grammys, but her sound has stayed unapologetically African. I sat down with her to talk about her rise, her roots, and how to stay true to yourself when the whole world is watching.
I love you, Tems.
I remember my journey and I remember all the things that I had to go through, but I really want to help women to create a tangible space in all industries, especially music.
Born Temilade Openiyi in Lagos, Tems rose from self-taught producer to global star with her smoky and made history as the first Nigerian to debut at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 with Wait For You with Future and Drake. Her breakout solo hit, Free Mind, from her 2020 debut EP, For Broken Ears, soared to #46 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 2022, marking her first solo chart success.
Move out the way! I'm with my girls and we all need space.
From penning Beyonce's Renaissance track, Move,
Lift me up.
to Rihanna's Wakanda Forever anthem, Lift Me Up, Tems has cemented her place among music's elite.
Because I love and I love and I love and I love you only.
Her single, Love Me Jeje, a reimagining of Seyi Sodimu's 1997 hit, became the top performing track from her debut album, Born in the Wild, and won her a Grammy for Best African Music Performance.
Because I love and I love and I love and I love you only.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Do you remember when you first fell in love with music?
I don't remember the exact moment, but I remember a specific one. When I was younger and I was hearing Celine Dion on the radio, and I was like, who is that and what is this? Like, I don't know, when you're a child, I think everything is magical. And I think that might have been the first time I was like, I love music, like music, this is everything. And I didn't look back.
Growing up here in Lagos, what kind of sounds or musicians influenced your upbringing?
Afrobeats, R&B, I love rap, I love hip hop, a lot of like alternative music, rock, pop to a very large extent, yeah.
Your collaborations cross genres and geographies. You've collaborated with rappers. How do you stay true to the sound you want while kind of doing this cherry picking here and there?
It's not hard, really. I think for me personally, authenticity is everything to me. I feel like that's the one thing I cannot compromise on because that's all I have, who I really am. And I started doing music to share my story and to share like how my emotions, and I feel doing anything else is just like, what's the point?
Can you always have that enjoyment when you're a touring artist? You're performing constantly, you have to keep out new music, do press, and just exist in the world as a professional musician?
Yes, I think it's hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's actually quite hard to keep the enjoyment, but you have to find it. You have to hold on to it. You have to make it as enjoyable as possible in every aspect by not overextending and doing things that are not you for the sake of pleasing other people. You have to remain true, and I think that's where I find the joy. I didn't really like performing before, but then I was like, why don't I like performing? And I was like, I don't feel the music as much as I do in the studio. So I started thinking, okay, how do I make it more enjoyable on stage? So now I just have fun. I actually don't necessarily think about how they like, what they're thinking about me right now. When I'm on stage, I'm just focused on, okay, how can I have the most fun right now? And I think that's what it is. You just have to find the joy in everything you're doing, and everything that isn't giving you joy, don't force it, you know?
Next, Tems opens up about her creative process, and we meet the powerhouse managers who spotted her talent and knew she was destined for stardom.
I knew that I was coming back. I didn't move cause I knew I was going to be fine. I didn't ask, I didn't try, I knew that you were mine.
From the studio to Stadia, Tems' rise hasn't been without challenges. She has navigated the pressures of the industry while holding on to the creative freedom that makes her music so distinct. Tell me about your creative process, from the idea to the finished track. What goes into it? Because all we see is the billion streams on TikTok or Spotify, but we don't know the work that it takes.
For me, I just kind of play around. Music is like my playground. I just like experiment. I'm listening to so many different sounds, and I just notice things that call out to me, and I save them. And sometimes I do freestyles most of the time, and I just make sure that I'm discovering new things all the time.
Is that how your debut album came together? Because you made a big statement with your debut album, Born in the Wild. What were you hoping to say with it?
I was hoping to share my world, which is very expansive, and my taste in music. I wanted to share what is fueling me as a human being, and all the things that make me me, which is why it's called Born in the Wild. Is what I'm coming from, and I just wanted to share that taste with the world.
The lead single, Love Me Jeje, actually reimagines a Nigerian classic, and you did it in your own style. What did it represent for you?
It represents home for me. It represents love. It represents family, friends. It represents a time that I was just like as free as I remember, and it's a love song.
For Tems, home is where her biggest support system lives. A management team that knew from day one her voice and vision could change the sound of popular music.
A friend of mine actually came to my house and played me her music, just randomly. It was out of the blue, but immediately I was struck by, I think for me in music, I haven't been in music for a very long time. I think it's very rare for you to find someone that feels very authentic in their delivery. For me, I actually feel this person is singing for their life. Like, that's how I felt when I heard Mr. Rebel for the first time.
I meet her at a session. She's having a session. Basically, it's not the best session. She's not enjoying herself, basically, right? So she caught my attention again, and I walked up to her, and I was having a conversation with her. I thought it would be like a 5-minute conversation, turned to like an hour. And, from there, we just saw that we aligned on so many different things.
I think for me, the remarkable part is actually witnessing an individual growing. I mean, yes, the talent has grown and her status has grown as a musician, as an artist, but I feel one of the most incredible things is actually witnessing her growth as a person. Someone that was making music in her little silo, and then suddenly the whole world is and the attention of people. How do you deal with that attention? How do you deal with international celebrities and people reaching out? Her life from 2018 to now has been a roller coaster, in fact, has been a rocket ship, I would say,
There are some of your colleagues who don't like the term Afrobeats. They feel like it's too all-encompassing, that maybe they're a different genre. Where do you stand on the term to refer to your music as Afrobeats?
I think right now Afrobeats is not about a genre, it's about the movement, and it's the movement of Africa. The definition in the West is now about Afrobeats as a movement. And I don't think it's a bad thing necessarily. I think we're gonna have to be united to remain solid. So genre-wise, I don't know what my music is. I never really thought about it. I should have.
This is a good time to start thinking about it.
No, I think it's too late. I think it's too late for me. But I love R&B. I love soul. I just do music that speaks to my life.
Even as her profile grows, Tems is investing in ventures far outside music, including sports ownership. So you recently joined the ownership team of San Diego FC, becoming the first African woman in that kind of role. Tell me about that.
Well, I'm just really fortunate, and blessed that such an opportunity has come my way and I'm in a position to make such moves. I think it's really important to expand or diversify yourself and your business, and I think that was like the first time I was really like interested in something else that wasn't music. This is, for me, showing people that there's more to what you can use your success for. And like there's so many things to be involved in, so many things to be invested in. And this is one of them that actually yields something profitable and something impactful.
Next, Tems shares how her newfound mission has taken her into women's empowerment. While it's Tems' musical success that gave her a platform, she's now using it to open doors for other women in the entertainment industry and beyond. Beyond the music and the sports now, you also do some charity work and empowerment. What are the causes that are closest to your heart?
Women. Maybe it's because I'm a woman and I remember my journey and I remember all the things that I had to go through, but I really want to help women to create a tangible space in all industries, especially music, but not just in music, in entrepreneurship, in tech, in business. I think it's important, and I want to give women the opportunity to redefine what people know, not just in music, but in a lot of industries.
In August, the two-time Grammy Award winner launched the Leading Vibe Initiative, a groundbreaking platform to support, connect, and amplify young women in music across Africa with plans to expand globally. The program, open to women ages 18 to 35, offers emerging artists, songwriters, and producers access to mentorship, training, and career-shaping opportunities. Inspired by her own path in an industry where women are still underrepresented, Tems created the initiative to drive change. We're here in Lagos when you're launching your Leading the Vibe initiative to support more women get into your industry. What sparked this idea?
To be honest, it's something that I've always wanted to do. Being in the music industry myself, I know firsthand how difficult it is for women and how people view women, you know, and how hard it is to not even just to get a foot in the door, but to be respected as someone that is a leader. And I feel like there definitely should be more women in leadership roles, not in music. And there's so many people, so many talented women that can do not just like be singers, you know, be managers, be producers, be audio engineers, and they don't have the platform because they're not respected and they're not even visible. So I want to make them visible, and I want to create a space where we can redefine the perspective of women in music.
I was surprised by the number of women that are in music. It's only 22% of musicians who are women, and even fewer songwriters. That's just, the world it's weird to me.
Nobody wants to give women a chance, and I'm not really sure why, but now that I can, I will. And that's something that I've been thinking about for a very long time, and I'm really happy that I get to be in a position to actually like execute that.
How will this work exactly, Leading the Vibe? Are you spotting talent? Are you supporting them through that process? Are you taking this beyond Nigeria?
Yeah, this is definitely going beyond Nigeria. I want to support women in all fields, which means giving them the resources, anything really, like in any way, shape or form, through my network, through my resources, through my platform, or linking them to bigger platforms, and anything that would change their idea of how they view themselves in the industry and how other people view them. And we're definitely taking this, actually we're going to Kenya next, because this is not just, you know, we started in Lagos because this is my home, and Obviously, I want my people to win, but there's women everywhere in Africa that need visibility and just need to feel seen, and are really just like, all they need is that platform, all they need is that chance. And I really believe that it's going to change the shape of the music industry, for sure. Thank you guys so much for being here.
At the Leading Vibe launch, Tems sat down for a fireside chat with her management team looking on, and the star opened up about her journey and the grit it took to make it.
I just felt like, wow, so I'm not enough. I'm not enough just as I am, my natural inclinations. So I think that was one of them, and how I navigated that was, honestly, I didn't allow that to get to me, and I kept on going until I found people that understood me.
After the launch in Lagos, Tems was blown away by the turnout and talent and says she's excited for the journey ahead.
It's amazing how many people have come and supported us, and even the amount of talent that we have, the amount of women that are so talented, engineers, producers, songwriters, singers. Honestly, I'm blown away and I can't wait. I'm really so excited to see what is coming. Like, this is a journey that we're all taking together, and I couldn't find a better way to start this initiative.
What are some challenges that you went through in the music industry as a woman that you hope that these people you're supporting don't have to go through?
First of all, it was very hard to find support. Up until I met some of the people on my team, I was kind of doing everything myself. I was studio hopping, and it was really hard to get people to take me seriously. You know, not just as a producer, but just as a singer, period.
When do you think the men started taking you seriously in this industry?
People started taking me seriously when my music started getting to a place that they couldn't fathom without them. It was like how did she do that and we've not done that?
Right.
It was very much like I thought she was joking, but like, how's she doing that? We didn't give this to her. Like, she didn't get it through us, so how?
So the gatekeepers were surprised.
Yeah, I think the gatekeepers, I think just a lot of people in the industry were like, what are they doing? Like, what? Like, how? It was something that people hadn't seen before. I think there's a new level of respect.
Coming up next, Tems shares her hopes for the future and why she won't compromise on her music. Despite her meteoric rise, Tems is in no rush and no mood to compromise. When did you think that your life had completely changed? Was it after the first Grammy or the second Grammy or the first show abroad? When did you think, okay, I think this is working?
I didn't try something to test if it was going to work. I kind of just put all my eggs in one basket. I wasn't like thinking like, oh my gosh, is this working? Is this not working? I was just like, well, I'm going to be me. If it doesn't, like, if maybe being me is what it was, but if being me lands me in under the bridge, cool. If it lands me on top of the mountain, cool. I was just grateful, like, thank you, Lord, thank you, Lord.
What do you think made you stand out? Because there's lots of other people you started out with who have not achieved a fraction of your success.
I think authenticity. I would say that because I don't know. I think that's the only thing I can think of. I'm not saying that they're not authentic, but I feel like sometimes it's easy to compromise. And when I say compromise, I mean hop on something once. And I feel like once you do that, like in every single little detail about you, you can't compromise. And I'm not just talking music. I'm talking what you wear and what you believe, what you say. I think it really has to be true. You really have to be true, and the kind of music you make.
What's your advice for somebody who wants to make it in this industry? What have you learned about this industry that you didn't know going in?
if you don't define who you are, if you don't have intention about what you want, you are going to be swayed and you wouldn't last. If you're easily swayed, you're not going to last and you're going to be sad because you've betrayed yourself. And a lot of people betray themselves because they think fame is what they want. But fame is not what you want. You want to be comfortable. You want to be able to provide. Fame is not always that. Fame, you could be famous and not be able to provide. You could be famous and be uncomfortable. You could be famous and be unsuccessful. I think it's very important for you to define who you are, because if you don't, other people will, and you believe them, and it'll be too late by the time you realize that that's not you.
How would you describe Tems in 2025?
This year, more than any year, that life is not promised. I might be gone tomorrow. And since I realized that, I'm so happy, like every day, seeing my mom happy, seeing my mom smile, seeing my friends, seeing the people that love me. That's kind of what gives me life. I think I'm definitely more grounded. Though I was grounded before, I think I've always been grounded, but I don't know. I think I'm just coming to a place of true acceptance. I'm caring so much less. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's in the air, but I'm allowing myself to be human. Like, I'm not trying to be anybody's idol. I'm a human, I'm real, and I'm treating myself as such. I'm loving myself, I'm enjoying life. I love my family, I'm enjoying every present moment.
And that's our show. Thank you for watching. It's been great to talk to Tems, who's not only winning at music, but beyond that, showing African women